You are not living at the time of peace. You are in a state of war. And you have precious little time to save yourself. And especially if we are talking about young generation, there's not much time left for convulsions and sexual masturbation to the beautiful disco music. Very soon it will go, just overnight. If we are talking about
the Bezmenov interview was actually made before I was even born. I'm one of these millennials. People who were born in my generation. We grew up in this incredibly interesting time in history. The American people were the most prosperous people who had ever existed. The U.S. economy was the biggest thing ever. We had every kind of creature comfort that a person could imagine. America was supposedly victorious in the Cold War. And yet we all had some sense that something wasn't quite right. Something had been lost that was valuable.
That shit'll fuck your whole night up.
People look for answers in different places. A lot of our generation turned to drugs. Some of our generation turned to radical leftism, revolutionary activities. Some of our generation said, you know, those things are not satisfactory. We need to keep digging.
It's now more certain than ever that the bloody experience of Vietnam...
Our parents' generation grew up in a world where you had a tiny handful of institutions with complete control of the narrative. You had ABC, CBS, NBC. You had your local newspaper owned by some conglomerate, some major interest. And you had the publishing houses that were publishing your school textbooks.
Let's go back to 1776, May the 1st. Adam Weishaupt was commissioned by the Rothschild family.
And then the internet was born.
To set up the goals to control and take over the world with a one world government.
World War III that rages around us right now is a political war, an economic war, a psychological war, a spiritual war, and a military war. But the military aspect is the least important of all.
This flood of information that had been bottled up, suppressed, and almost completely unknown to our parents' generation suddenly became available.
There are relationships with the Russian KGB and the CIA, operating together, exchanging information.
People who were looking for truth, who were hungry for truth, suddenly found it.
The CIA has historically had a close relationship with the Israeli secret police, the Mossad.
Here our CIA is delivering technology and actually training Libyan terrorists.
Tonight, a full account of the military action and its implications, including a report from Libya.
The propaganda machine.
Possible plot with Egypt to invade Libya.
The mind control system.
A Libyan hit squad.
Threat to peace from Libya's leader, Colonel Gaddafi.
Libyan security has reportedly put the revolt down, but
was interrupted. It was broken, at least for a brief period.
Helping them to train terrorists inside Libya.
Tell the world about what went on behind the scenes
in your black op operation.
The money laundering aspects of what was going on with the huge profits generated from the cocaine activity.
Smuggling drugs into the United States, as I know for the last 45 years they've been doing.
I've added 5 lines at the bottom about the concentration camps.
George Bush was one of the highest up that I was ever exposed to during the course of my White House Pentagon level mind control victimization. George Bush began with the United Nations. He went on to head our CIA.
I serve at the pleasure of the president.
It was George Bush who was in control of our country through 3 administrations because Ronald Reagan answers to George Bush. Then George Bush was in office himself. When the American populace became disillusioned with Republicans bringing us into the New World Order, Bill Clinton, as a Democrat, would be put into office.
For a better America, for an endless, enduring dream and 1,000 points of light. This is my mission, and I will complete it.
The early days of YouTube,
If they had detonated plans to take down a building.
long before the totalitarians at Google bought it up.
This is going to be intensive. For about 6 hours, I'm going to bombard you with information.
All of these old documentaries came online.
A group that has worked to bring about a dissolution of national sovereignty on the road to world government.
And educated millions of us.
Active measures operation.
There's no way to undo that.
I think you're trying to tell us something.
Oh,
in
yes.
This country.
I'm trying to tell you that it has to be stopped unless you want to end up in Gulag system and enjoy all the advantages of socialist equality.
The Yuri interview is so obviously true. When somebody who had been indoctrinated, somebody who had been manipulated and demoralized through these systems watches it.
Situation is not under control. Situation is disgustingly out of control.
It really does have this spell-breaking power.
Most of the American politicians, media, and educational system trains another generation of people who think they are living at a peacetime. False. United States is in a state of war. Undeclared total war against the basic principles and the foundations of this system.
Мне кажется порою, что солдат с кровавых не пришедшие полей не в землю нашу